Hello and welcome to the Asshole Book Club, my YouTube channel. Today I have doing another freaking D&D video, but this one is not from the Spells Pack one. It is from a PDF document called Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition Racial Handbook, over 40 new races and subraces. The document is written by Supreme Slayer, but the comments on DMsGuild.com, where I found this, gave me the impression that the person's name is Alex R. So thank you very much, Alex, for taking the time to write this and making it free, most importantly. If you would like to get this PDF for yourself, look up the name on DMsGuild.com. I will type it out in the description, and yeah. This is actually a request I had from one of my new subscribers, Slamalama, or Slamalama, whichever is the proper or preferred way of saying that. And yeah, let's look at some homebrewed races together, shall we? Some of these are already featured in like official books, but I will probably get to those later on, just so I can like actually complete the document, and they come with sub races, so you know. Let's start with Ratlings. Why not? I might do 3 to 5 each video, depending on how long the descriptions of each race are and what all they have going on. Alright, so the little bit of background for Ratlings says, Ratlings typically live simplistic lives, keeping mostly to the nests of their massive branching families. They are, however, adept scavengers, or adept, I think I said, whatever. And they desire to hoard trinkets and valuables, sometimes drives them to the world outside, and the life of adventuring. They are often boastful of their collections, accomplishments, and quick to defend when their claims are challenged. Wow, I cannot read right now. I'm terrible. If you're not using the Tasha's rules, then your ability score will increase by 2 in dexterity. Man, I'm really struggling right now. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Ratlings typically reach adulthood by the age of 10, and they can live up to the age of 50 before they perish. So they're pretty short-lived creatures. Their alignment, as a player character, you get to choose what your alignment is, so I'm going to skip that one. Ratlings stand around 3 to 4 feet tall, but often appear shorter due to their hunched posture. Your size is small. Speed. Your base walking speed is 25. If I'm allowed to offer any criticisms on this, I think a normal walking speed of 30 would be fine, because rats can be pretty speedy creatures, so I imagine a 3 to 4 foot tall rat person would be pretty quick. Dark vision. You have dark vision out to a range of 60 feet. You have proficiency with the sleight of hand skills in the nibble fingers feature. Rat empathy. Sorry, my nose is clogged. Can't really breathe right now. Through squeaking sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas with rats and mice. Tight quarters combatant. Squeezing does not impose the normal disadvantage to your attack rolls or reduce your movement speed, and you can freely move through the spaces of other creatures. That's cool. Rattling resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against poison and disease, and you have resistance against poison damage. Languages, you can speak Common and Undercommon. And there are 2 subraces. Black fur rattlings and white fur rattlings. The little bit of lore for black furs is what most people think of where rattlings are concerned. The black furs are light on their feet and always on their toes. Their societies rely on complex winding passageways that require multiple forms of locomotion, which make it difficult for them to be chased through. Interesting. If you go with a black fur rattling, your ability scores, your constitution score increases by 1. You get the feature Impeccable Balance, which gives you advantage on acrobatics checks made to avoid falling or losing balance. Black furs often travel across ropes and small ledges to throw off pursuers. Cool. Experienced Traveler, you gain both a climbing speed and a swimming speed of 20 feet each. That's pretty nice. And then there are white fur rattlings, also known as lab rats. This race of rattling branched off when they were turned into patients of countless experiments by the hands of evil spellcasters. The experiments left their fur white or some other unnatural color with an understanding of magic on a biological level. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. I can't really read it very well. Your intelligence score increases by 1. You get the features of formula familiarity and alchemic digestion. Formula familiarity. You have proficiency with alchemist supplies. Lab rats often toy with different formulas, experimenting on themselves to find the effects of newly made concoctions. And alchemical digestion says when you are subjected to the effect of an ingested poison or other ingested consumable, such as a potion or enchanted food, that allows you to make a saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed the saving throw. In addition, you automatically identify the effects of any poison or potion you ingest accidentally or otherwise. That's kind of cool. And those are the rattlings. Moving right across to the other side of the page are seedlings. Also known as tree folk, seedlings are humanoids born from the earth itself, resembling a mix between a human and a treant. Who fucked a tree? Come on. Fess up in the comments. Their skin is coated in sturdy bark, their hair either long and wispy like the leaves of a willow or dense as the top of an oak tree. With pure white eyes, members of this race stand as immovable protectors of nature. Having spawned from the magic of the old gods to act in service of the wild, most seedlings are of the strong and silent type, preferring their actions to speak for themselves. If you take a seedling as your character race, your constitution score increases by 1, and your wisdom score increases by 2. Seedlings age very rapidly from planted sprouts, reaching maturity at the age of 12 and living well into their 90s. Okay. Skipping alignment, because you get to pick your alignment. Varying greatly at height, seedlings stand anywhere from 5 to 7 feet tall. Your size is medium. Heavy and lumbering with trunk-like legs, your base walking speed is 25. Sturdy mind. You have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. You get an ability called Nature's Stride, which lets you move through non-magical plants that create difficult terrain without being subjected to difficult terrain. Seedling magic. You know the Druidcraft cantrip. Once you reach 3rd level, you can also cast Entangle once per long rest. At 5th level, you can cast Speak with Plants once per long rest. Wisdom is your spellcasting ability for both of these spells. Or all 3 of these spells. And you get the language of Sylvan in addition to Common. That's pretty interesting. I think if Alex, or their moniker of Supreme Slayer, I think if they were to... Oh, why did my thing get all blurry? Strange. Okay, give it a second to unblur. I think if they were to expand on this, I'd like to see some sub-races for the seedlings. Like, maybe a burnt seedling who was, like, born during a forest fire or something. That could be interesting. Like an aquatic seedling for freaking cypress trees, or whichever are the ones that grow in the swamps and whatnot. That could be kind of cool. And I think I will do one more today. The next one down the list is Stone Child, or Stone Children. With rough gray skin and a physical bulk of a mighty mountain, Stone Children are a race born of the union of a mortal and an earth elemental. Again, who fucked an earth elemental? Come on, guys. You gotta calm down. Durable and reliable, Stone Children stand as pillars of whatever community they find themselves a part of, or as untouchable beacons of hope in the wastelands they may travel alone. Those of this race can sometimes find kinship among the Genasi, for their differences keep them largely disconnected. Still, they are not outcasts, often accepted by people of other races, and commonly finding home in human or dwarf settlements as workers or sages. Well, that's cool. The Stone Children traits are as follows. Your ability scores, you get to increase your strength by 1 and constitution by 2 and intelligence by 1. Wow, that's pretty cool. You age roughly the same as a human. Stone Children often stand at a towering 7 to 8.5 feet tall and rarely weigh less than 300 pounds. That makes sense. And your size is medium. Your base walking speed is 30 feet. You get dark vision out to 60 feet. You know the magic stone cantrip. Intelligence is your spellcasting ability for that. That's kind of cool. You get an ability called Petrification Resistance. The elemental power that flows through you makes it more difficult for you to return to the natural state of stone. You have advantage on saving throws against being petrified. That's kind of cool. Next feature down the list is Body of Rock. Your flesh emulates durable stone. Sorry I keep lifting my head up and down. I'm trying to read through my glasses so it's easier for me, but it's not really working out. Your flesh emulates durable stone in both appearance and property. While you're not wearing armor, your armor class equals 11 plus your dexterity modifier plus your shield bonus, if any. My question here is, does that stack with other things that give you unarmored defense? Like, would that stack with being a barbarian or a monk? Leave a comment down below what your opinion on that would be. Stone's Resilience. You have advantage on saving throws against poison, and you have resistance to poison damage. Tool proficiency. You have proficiency with your choice of potter's tools, mason's tools, or jeweler's tools. I can't say that word. Stone children have an innate understanding of how to work with earthen materials and often take up a hobby crafting jewelry or carving stone. You can speak, read, and write Common and Terran. Okay. So those are the 3 days from the expanded racial pack, or I think that's the name, by Supreme Slayer or Alex R. Again, racial handbook. Again, if you would like to, let me grab that real fast so I can actually read it. If you would like to get this document for yourself, I will put the full name in the description, and I'll say it once more, just for prosperity or whatever. Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Racial Handbook, over 40 new races and subraces, by Supreme Slayer. Please, if you're interested in getting this document, go over and grab it for yourself. It's free. Leave a comment down below if you would use any of these races for any of your characters in a D&D game. Make sure to ask your DM first, obviously, because they are a third party. And, yeah. Thank you, Slamalama, for making a request on one of my videos for homebrew races. I appreciate when people leave any kind of comments, unless they're rude. Then I'll probably just ignore them. I learned my lesson there. Anyway, have a good day or night, everyone. I will see you later, and Hada.